Hello, here we are on day 4 of the 6 Pillars to Effective Permanent Weight Loss Challenge. Lori Montre, certified Noaria method trainer, eating psychology coach. I teach women how to overcome unwanted patterns with food so they can live with food and body freedom. Now, in this challenge, as you know, if you've watched the previous days, which I really hope you have, I'm sharing the 6 pillars that I use to help women achieve food and body freedom. Today, we're going to be talking about pillar number 4, which is learning to think in alignment with the person you want to be as opposed to the person you've been in the past. Now, your thoughts have tremendous power. Whatever you think creates your emotional state. Your emotional state dictates your behavior. You act consistently with your thoughts. I promise you. Now, you may have noticed this showing up, in life when you take action such as overeating, when you're feeling emotions such as loneliness, fear, stress, worry, anger, frustration, overwhelm, etc. These emotions stem from the thoughts that you're thinking. Now think about your last unwanted experience with food, right? You can be sure there were some misaligned thoughts going on in the background. Some common examples are, what difference does one bite make, right? And of course, one bite always turns into many bites. You may have thought, I'll never be able to lose weight, so why bother? Maybe you thought, I simply can't say no to pizza, ice cream, cookies, whatever it is for you. I have no control over myself when it comes to food. I deserve a treat after what I've had to do today or what I've went through today. Food is the only thing that will comfort me in this moment. I have so much to do. I'm never going to get everything done. I didn't do blank well enough. I'm a loser. These kinds of thoughts cause us to feel certain emotion: overwhelm, despair, pessimism, guilt, shame, unworthiness. These emotions cause us to reach for comfort, and food is the quickest, easiest way to comfort yourself and deal with undesired or uncomfortable emotions that are brought about by these kinds of thoughts. Now, it isn't that any of your thoughts are bad or wrong. There's no judgment surrounding them. It's simply that particular thoughts lead to behaviors that are out of alignment with who you want to be. And once you truly understand this and start working with your thoughts, you realize that you are no longer subject to your thoughts. You're not your brain. You're not the things that it tells you. You're the creator of your life, right? And you get everything that you want by thinking the thoughts that are in alignment with your desired life. Now, a lot of us assume that we have little control over our thoughts, right? We may wish we could think differently, but assume because those thoughts just keep coming back that we're stuck with those thoughts, right? But with the right knowledge and mythology, we know science, neuroscience has come so far. We understand that your thoughts can change over time. Your brain is plastic, and we can develop new neural pathways that create different ways of thinking. Now, at first, you have to pay close attention, right? You have to recognize the undesired thoughts. You have to stop them. You have to redirect them. But over time, your new thoughts do become your new habitual way of thinking. The old thoughts will show up less and less until they're no longer a part of your thinking at all. I've seen this happen in my own life. Thoughts that held me back long ago, I can't even remember what they are. They're just no longer part of my experience. And that's what people find. This is neuroplasticity, and it is available for every single one of us. So let me give you an analogy or a visualization of how this really works, all right? So whenever you think a thought, your brain forms a neural pathway for that thought. It's an actual physical structure in your brain. These neurons are wired together now. And every time you think the thought, that path gets smoother and steeper, right? So that taking that path is a smooth, straight, steep path, right? And the more you think it, the more it becomes easier to take. So you're on the top of this hill with your roller skates on, right? You don't have to use any effort at all to go streaming down that path. And in fact, it's very difficult to stop yourself from going down it. So when you want to change your thinking, you have to create a new neural pathway and strengthen it so your brain has another path that it can choose to go down. The problem is at first that this new path isn't there yet. It has to be constructed and then reinforced. And the new neural pathway, it's kind of like carving a path through the jungle using a butter knife. takes some time, some effort, some patience, but eventually that jungle path gets cleared and it gets well worn such that you find yourself being able to take it, think new thoughts, with less and less effort. And before you know it, the old path, right, this path right here is growing grass, it's becoming less steep, it's harder to take. This is a process called neural pruning. Now, in the Freedom Program, I teach you exactly how to identify the thoughts that are holding you back, let go of that negative thinking, all or nothing thinking, and the other thought patterns that keep you from overcoming unwanted patterns with food, and also that keep you stuck in any way in life, whether that's in your relationships or your work or just feeling good on a day-to-day basis. Now, the integration work for today is for you to explore the common thoughts that come up for you that lead to the actions that you don't want to be taking. Then you can take those thoughts through the abbreviated worksheet that's part of the integration worksheet today. All right. Now, I go into a lot more detail in the worksheet, so please take the time to download it. Spend the time you deserve to identify the thoughts that are holding you back and create a whole new way of relating to yourself and food. Now, as you work on this pillar and all the others, it really is important to get some guidance and support, right? So you can get that right now during the challenge by posting in the Facebook group, reaching out by email, or scheduling a free 15-minute laser coaching session where we can target what's most challenging for you and how to buzz through that, right? The link to do that's in the daily emails, it's in the Freedom channel, it is in the comments of the daily video post. So I really encourage you to take advantage of this support this week. It can lead to real shifts and ultimately to freedom. So let's go and identify these thoughts that are standing in the way of the life and the body and the health that you're ready to live.